Namaskaram. Well, in New York and it's snowing heavily. They're expecting anywhere between a foot to 3 feet of snow today. It's been snowing for the last 3 hours or 4 hours now. Just finished the UN event. This was an event by the permanent mission of Indian embassy here at the United Nations. This was about water, sanitation and women, these three things they want to connect. Because tomorrow is a World Water Day and they're launching a 10-year or a decade of action for water conservation, and water conservation and water is seen as a part of an important part of sustainable development goals. Well, I'm part of this important panel where all the key people are there in this. This is towards action for the next 10 years, what we need to do, how to engage the people. As a consequence of Rally for Rivers, we have brought this awareness in the world. Without a mass movement, there's really no solution. Governments may do things, companies can do things, individual people and NGOs can do whatever they do, all of it is useful, but without engaging people in a mass scale, there's really no solution. This has gone home very well with Rally for Rivers and that's why we are here. And tomorrow is going to be an interesting panel discussion at the United Nations, which is under the umbrella of United Nations, not by the Indian mission. Right now, I could send you a few pictures of what's happening outside. The snow is coming down pretty heavy and all schools are closed, transportation is not working, most of the taxis are out, Uber is not functioning. In spite of that, the hall got filled up today and a very enthusiastic response from variety of people who attended today's meeting. This has been driven home very clearly that Rally for Rivers is a very effective way of looking at water solutions. In the sense, even in today's meeting, I drove this home that if we want solutions for water, if we want water available to everybody, one of the most important things we need to understand is that there must be sufficient vegetation, there must be sufficient forests. If forest is not possible, at least tree cover. Without vegetation, there is no way tropical part of the world will have the needed water, because in the temperate part of the world, there is snowfall as it is happening right now in New York City, heavy snowfall. Similarly, everywhere else in the temperate nations or in the temperate lands of this world, snow sits on the ground for 2 to 3 months and slowly drips down and fills all the aquifers and everything. But in a tropical land like India, only 45 to 50 days of rain or precipitation happens. What falls down or what comes down in 45 days, we have to preserve and sustain for the next 365 days, the whole 365 days. So this can only happen if there is necessary vegetation and rich organic content in the soil. So this point has gone home very well and this has been taken note of in a big way. And right now in India, there are serious efforts after the Rally for Rivers. Many states are going on overdrive. Karnataka is going for 25 crores of trees, Maharashtra is going for over 50 crore trees, and Telangana is going for over 90 crore trees. Andhra Pradesh is talking about converting 50% of its agricultural land into horticulture, and UP, the Ganga basin, there are serious plans for plantation, of which we will be a part of. So all this happening, and thanks to all the people, the millions of people who participated in Rally for Rivers, especially for the little school children, with such enthusiasm they did all that they did for Rally for Rivers, and every volunteer and everybody else who participated, who made this happen. And today there is a movement in the world towards this. Everybody understands up to 33 degrees latitude, the most important thing that needs to happen is vegetation. Somehow there was a certain amount of misunderstanding or a lot of flack going around, but today it is very clear both in the Indian government and in many states of India and also in United Nations, in the world bodies. Well, tomorrow is going to be an interesting panel discussion. Tomorrow is a full day for me at United Nations. Every one of you who have participated in the Rally for Rivers, who have supported this in so many ways, with your physical presence or just in your hearts, in all the different ways that you have supported, I want you to know, in some way it is moving towards a solution. Solution is not close by. If you start working today in the right direction, solutions will slowly come over a couple of decades, I would say. So, I want all of you to stay committed and focused, because what we are looking for is to turn the world around in some way. This is something that we owe to the future generations. This is not something that will happen over a weekend or even in a year or two. This will take a few decades, if not many decades, at least a couple of decades for us to see significant results happening. So please stay on course. Let's see that before our time is done, we hand over a really lush, green and water-rich planet to the future generations. This is a commitment that we must take, this is a commitment that we must fulfill for the generations to come, because this is something that we owe for life that's after us. Because our time here is just a little time. We have no right to take away everything from this planet, but our lifestyles, our existence, our technologies, our needs, our market needs, our economic needs have multiplied, and we can't turn everything around. But one thing we can do, make sure there is substantial vegetation on the planet, that whatever nonsense we do, still the planet is capable of withstanding if all the other life survives. This must be understood, that every other life on this planet is eco-friendly except the human being. So the human footprint has become so much that all the other life, the life in terms of worms, insects, birds, animals, all of them are withdrawing in a big way. There is a sad picture going around. It's a tragic day that a species that has lasted for 1,000,000 years comes to an end simply because of us, of human beings like you and me. So, it is important that we create enough space for every other creature, because they are the true eco-warriors. The worms that you see, the insects that you see, the birds and animals that you see, and the trees that you see, these are the genuine eco-warriors. We just have to make space for them. So this is what we are trying to bring home if we create enough habitat by creating trees and moving our agriculture, at least in a significant part, from crop-based agriculture to tree-based agriculture. This is where the solutions are. First of all, to ensure that this boogie of ecology means it's against our economy. This has to go. This is the fundamental goal of Rally for Rivers, that ecology and economy can go hand in hand. It is just that we have to learn to do our economy in a gentler and more inclusive way that includes all life on this planet. So, be with me. Tomorrow is an important day for Rally for Rivers, because in the UN, many things are going to be taken note of, and the recommendations in the Rally for Rivers are very relevant for all tropical nations on the planet. So, UN is looking at it very keenly. Let us see where it goes. Thank you very much. Namaskaram. I wish you were here to see this fantastic snowfall that's happening in New York City today.